Diamonds are forever. Diamonds are forever. Diamonds are forever. Diamonds are forever.
Pink Domination, it's your boy Julian. It's time for another diary entry, guys. And guys, I have my notes. Let me fix my camera. I have my notes. And basically, this is going to be actually my first book review. My first book review, guys. Yes, this is my first book review. And so I got my notes, so I might be reading from my notes a lot. So my very first book review, I'm actually going to be reviewing What If It's Us. What If It's Us? What If It's Us? It's a 2019 young adult book. I read all kinds of books. So basically, this is a young adult novel. Now, you know I'm bad at names, guys. You know I'm bad at names. So I'm just gonna give you their first name, and I'm gonna put their names on the screen for y'all, so y'all know their names. But this book is actually written by my favorite author, which is Becky. Her name right here. And another one of my authors that I like is Adam. That's his name. And basically, if you don't know Becky, she wrote books like Simon and the Hopeful Sapien Agenda, Leela on the Offbeat, Upside Downside. I hope I'm saying it right. I mean, she wrote some of my favorite books, and she is actually the author for the movie that came out, Love, Simon, that just came out, and the TV show Love, Victor, which is a spinoff of Love, Simon. I love her. I love her because she's like fluffy reading. Because like I say, I read books to escape the world and reality. So I love her books because it's fluff and it's beautiful, and it's kind of like a Disney book. It's a Disney book. It's a Disney book. I love her books. And Adam, I love him, but his books are dark. And I mean, I love it because his books are more realistic in a way, but he has some dark twisted, like his books, like girl, like some of his books, if y'all don't know, they both die at the end. History Is All You Left Me. What's the other book? I forgot the name of the other book. But like, his books are really dark. So basically what these two authors did, and I feel like this is more of an Adams book, this book, because his material is so dark, and I know a lot of people have said that, and I think this is more of like his book to like, he wanted to like a little fluff book, but not, he wanted a realistic fluff book like what Becky does. So he probably, because they're collaborated on this book, but this book is more, to me, his project. Now I could be wrong, guys, could be wrong, but I feel like this book is more his project than hers, because like her books are really fluffy. But if y'all never heard of What If It's Us, it stars Arthur and Ben, and basically it's set in New York. And basically Arthur just moved there for the summer. His mother has a law firm job, and he's working with his mother, and Ben actually lives in New York. And basically Arthur is running an errand for his mother, and happened to go to the post office where he meets Ben, and it starts all this whimsical romance and everything. So basically how my reviews go, and basically since this is my first book review, this is how all my reviews go. I'm gonna tell you what I like about it. I'm gonna tell you what I dislike about it. I'm gonna tell you whether you should read this book or not. Basically what I try to do, and it's the same thing I do with my movie reviews, is I try to give you, because books are suggestive, movies are suggestive, everything is suggestive. Just because I didn't like it or I liked it don't mean that you're gonna like it or you're gonna dislike it. So what I try to do is I try to give you all the facts of why I liked it and why I hated certain points, or why I love certain parts. I try to give you all the facts so that way you can make up your own decision of whether you want to read this book or not. And all my reviews are actually spoiler free, so you don't have to worry about me spoiling anything. I will not spoil anything unless it's something like really needs to be spoiled, but I don't spoil anything. So let's get started on this book review. Like I said, this book is written by Becky and Adam, and to me, I feel like this is more of an Adam's book. I feel like what Adam was doing was, a lot of people talk because he got, like, his books, like, they both die at the end. Girl, I'm gonna review that book, but that book, like, that book had me shook. That book had me, like, literally, after I read that book, I was like, I was shook. Like, his books, and all this, and both their books are LGBTQ books. So, basically, it centers around that, but, like, his books are shook. Like, he has great concepts, but they leave you shook. So I felt like this book was a book that he just wanted to make to kind of fluff it up, because probably people were saying, boy, is you okay? Is everything all right in your life, Adam? Boy, something gotta be, I hope you're all right. So he decided, hey, I'm gonna make a fluff book. And you know, they supposed to be friends, and I don't know all their life stories, so I'm telling you, they supposed to be friends. So I guess he collaborated with Becky, which is my girl, that makes, like, her books is really, really fluff. Really, really fluff. Like, and what I mean by really, really fluff, I mean to the point where, you know, this is, people are not really like that. You know, she have confidence in her books and all that stuff, but you know, people are not really like that. Come on now. People ain't really that happy. But I love her books because, you know, I love that Disney mentality. But off the subject. I'm always off the subject. But I feel like he enlisted her so that way she can give him a little bit of fluff. Because they're supposed to be co-writers, but I could see more him in this book. And that's what got me to the point that I'm gonna talk about this book. So here's the stuff that I really, really liked about this book. So the first thing I really, really liked about this book is it gave me Simon vibes. And if you haven't read Simon and the Homo Sapien Agenda, you need to read that. I'm going to actually review that. And if you haven't read it, you can actually watch the movie Love, Simon. But the movie Love, Simon is not better than the book. The movies are never better than the books. But it gave me Love, Simon vibes, which I love Simon. It gave me Leela on Offbeat vibes. And I feel like that's what he was really going for, and I feel like that's what they wanted to go for, but they wanted to do that realistically. Like, they wanted to give me realistic Love, Simon vibes, realistic Leela on the Offbeat vibes. But, like, I love that fluff stuff. So, I mean, I really love, that's what one thing that I can say that I took away from this book that I really love and everything. And like I said, going back to his part, where this book gives me real world. Like, yes, it's fluff, but it's real world fluff. And what I mean by real world fluff, because, you know, these are all Julian quotes and all that stuff. But I mean, this made me feel like this could truly happen. And that's where you can feel that Adam vibe in it. Because with Becky, her stuff is like, it could be realistic, but like, it's like, girl, I mean, this could probably happen, but you know, high school is not like that. The universe is not like that, girl. But I like her style. And when he comes to the plate and he puts his real world style into it, it really makes it feel like maybe this could actually happen. Maybe this could actually happen. So those are the things that I liked about this book. Now, you see, it's only two things that I liked about this book. Okay, let me get into what I disliked about this book. I didn't like the ending. The ending sucked, guys. I mean, the book was like, it started off okay. Then in the middle, it lost me a little bit, but it still was okay. And then once it started getting to the end, I started kind of be like, okay. And then it just ends. For me, it just ends. It's like, I feel like it was no conclusion. And I hate stuff that doesn't have a conclusion. I hate that. And maybe they did that so that way maybe they can write another book, like a sequel to this. But I hate stuff that don't have a conclusion. And this is just my opinion. I feel like it didn't have a conclusion. And I really, really hate that. Like, I don't watch TV shows that don't have a conclusion. I feel like every season of a TV show need to have a conclusion. And that's where I feel like books, like you don't know if you're gonna write another book to this, so it need to have a conclusion to where not that a person is satisfied, but a person said, oh, okay, I see that. But this book didn't give it for me. I mean, it just didn't. And I was just like, after I read it, I was sitting up there like, is there more? Is there more to this book? Is there gonna be more? Like, I was mad because I was like, I didn't spend my time reading this book, and like I said, it was flappy flop, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop in this book. And it's like I wanted to feel something, even if it wasn't like his book. They both died at the end. It had a bad conclusion, not really a bad conclusion. But it had a conclusion, and I just feel like this book didn't have a conclusion, and I didn't like that, guys. I didn't like that. And like in this book, the two main characters, Ben and Arthur, they really pissed me off. They really pissed me off. Excuse my box lunch talk, but they pissed me off. Like, and I see like this is where the two tried to merge. Like they tried to put I can't explain it. Like they tried to put the fluff and the realistic. Like to me, they didn't seem like realistic teens. Like because I know teenagers make dumb decisions. But some of the decisions that they made, I was like even if teenagers, I mean, I know teenagers make dumb decisions, but come on, y'all, this is beyond dumb. I mean, the stuff that they did was beyond dumb. And if you want to know more, you need to read the book, because like, and I feel like people gonna say the same thing too. Like, people are not that. I know teenagers are stupid, but they're not that stupid, girl. Why you gotta act like that? Why you gotta act like that? And it really threw me off. And I know throughout the book I was just sighing. I was like, please, come on now, please, y'all, stop that. You know that it just really made me sigh. Like throughout the book, because I was like, teenagers don't act like that. They're not that stupid. They're not that stupid. So guys, I know this is a short review, but my overall feelings of this book, guys, I think this book is okay. LGBTQ book, if you want to read it, it's okay. It's not, I feel like when Becky's by herself and she's working by herself, she makes extraordinary books. I feel like when Adam's by himself and he's working, he makes extraordinary books. And I feel like I said, I feel like this was an Adam trying to do a Becky, so he hired Becky, like he asked Becky to help him try to make a Becky book, but it didn't work. It didn't work. I would say people should read it, but like to me it wasn't working. So Julian Diary gives this book a C. It just wasn't working for me. I mean, as I think about it, and I can't even talk because it just didn't work. I really didn't like. I think I didn't like more stuff than I liked it stuff. Like I really didn't. Like at first it captured me because like the scenario of the whole thing is, you know, what if you meet somebody, because they talk about fate a lot. Is this fate, meeting somebody and all that stuff, and they talk about their relationships and all that stuff, and the concept was good, but I feel like it wasn't executed right for me. It was just like, you made these two teenagers stupider than teenagers, because I was like, teenagers make dumb decisions. I've read books and I've seen movies where teenagers made dumb decisions, and those are dumber than the teenagers' dumb decisions. But on the other hand, it has a lot of fluff that I love. It feels real world, but it's just, it feels like it was lacking something. It feels like it was lacking something, and I feel like maybe it was lacking because Becky couldn't put all that she wanted into it, and Adam couldn't put all he wanted in it because they're collaborating on this book, so that's why it felt flat to me. But it's okay. I feel like people, this is a read. So guys, I hope you kind of liked my book review. Try to do more and try to get better at book reviews and everything. The question is, have you read What If It's Us? If you have, tell me in the comment section below. What did you think about it? Like I said, I was like, I think people should read it, but for some reason it didn't work for me. So that's why I gave it a rating of a C. But it's a great young adult novel that I feel people should read. So yeah, that's that. Go ahead, guys, subscribe. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Hit those notifications so you know every time I post a video. Go ahead and share this with your friends. Share this with your friends. Follow me on YouNow. Follow me on YouNow. Every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays I do YouNow live streams, and basically I talk to my fans. I have a theme and I go about the theme and everything on my YouNow page. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouNow page. I have the information right there and it's in the description below. Also follow me in all my other social medias in the description below, guys. I can't even talk, guys. I love you. Peace out.